Hello and welcome to Voices of Nature. Today we are going to be doing a pick-a-pile reading, just a quick reading to see what's to come up for the weekend, what messages Spirit have for you this weekend. So you have 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1, the goldfish. Pile 2, the feather. Or pile 3, the sunflower. You may wish to choose more than one pile, so whatever you feel drawn to, whatever you feel resonates with you at this time. You don't need to overthink it, just close your eyes, take a deep breath and think of pile 1, pile 2 or pile 3. I'll put the timestamps in the comments or in the description box and you can jump to whichever one you feel called to, and I'll see you in the reading. Hello group number 1, you have picked this beautiful goldfish here. You may be a Pisces or you may be a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You may also just be drawn to water or feel an affinity with water. You may be the type of person who, when they get stressed, they like to go near water, so go down to the beach or a lake and sit beside some water. Or you may be the type of person who when they get stressed or upset, likes to take a bath or a shower just to let that water wash over them and really give you that purification that only water can give. You may be quite emotional, so water signs or water does represent emotions, so you may be very in touch with your emotions, also in touch with your intuitive side, so you may be very intuitive person. This whole reading is going to be, these cards that I've pulled don't have any words on them. They're purely pictures. So I invite you to actually try and download your own information. So see what pops into your head. The first thing that pops into your head when you have a look at these pictures, as well as listening to what I'm saying as well. You may be very creative, so you may be an artist, you may be a writer, you may like to write poetry, or you may just enjoy the creative arts. You may be really into movies and films, even the making of them. But I am feeling a lot of creativity and sacral chakra energy around this group. So with that, we will begin. Okay, so I've just laid out all of your cards, and these cards purely have images, so they will tell me a story. And yeah, I see a story here, definitely. So this is someone who has been through something huge that really put you up in your head, in your emotions. And it's interesting that this fish came up with this reading, because this is quite an emotional reading. So something happened that was, for me, I'm feeling that it was unexpected. And it literally came and swept the rug from under you. So I'm, you know, literally took you off your feet. And that could even be literally, like, health-wise, you may have just not been able to walk. I'm seeing that for someone. But for others, it may have been something that I'm hearing a deep betrayal. So, and for some, I'm actually seeing a group of people as well who may have betrayed you, who may have come together and actually planned something to try and bring you down, to try and knock you off your feet. So this is something that has affected you a great deal. I think it has affected you physically, but more emotionally. And it's taken quite a while, if not, for probably a lot of you, you're not even over it 100%. So I am seeing that storm in this card, and I do hear that beautiful saying, "This too shall pass." You may have been saying that to yourself when you were going through this, or someone may have said that to you, "This too shall pass," because no storm can last forever. Nothing can last forever. everything has a season, everything has its time, and it's for us to try and work through. I feel that a lot of you have done that, because this is almost that calm after the storm. I mean, there's still a lot of water here. So in this form of rain. So even though that storm's not brewing, even though those waves aren't crashing, there's still a lot of rain that's coming through. So there's still a lot of emotion I'm seeing that's raining down on you. But what I do see in this card is that big mountain. But the good thing about that mountain is it's off in the distance. It's right behind you. So you're standing here at the forefront, and that mountain is far away in the distance. So it's something that you've come away from. And in front of that mountain, I see these little hills. And these hills started quite big. And you can see as you're coming to the front, as you're walking through, these hills are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, because you're managing your emotions more. You found ways to cope. You found ways to deal with the trauma. You found ways to navigate your way, I'm hearing, through all of these little challenges that have come up to bring you to this spot now where you can stand in the rain. You can stand there in the rain, and it's not, what's the word? It's not taking you down anymore. You can actually stand in the rain and feel the positivity in it. So you can look back at this huge mountain and say, look what I overcame. Look what I've achieved. I'm so proud of myself. I'm getting chills with that. The confirmation for that, to me, is this beautiful butterfly. So this is where you are. And if you're not there now, this is where you're heading. You may be in that chrysalis, icky, yucky stage, but you are about to emerge into a beautiful butterfly. I'm hearing within the next few months. And the beautiful part about it, if you feel like you went through this alone, and I think that this is something that you had to go through alone, because this was, you may have had support around you physically, but emotionally it's something that you needed to figure out by yourself. There's some conclusions that you needed to come to. There's some boundaries that you needed to put up that only you could do. But I feel like now that you've done that, you can see all these little butterflies are surrounding you. So not only do you have support, or will you have support, you're going to have support of like-minded people. So people who have been through similar ordeals, people who have been through some trauma themselves, and they know what matters in life now. You've weeded out all the horrible, yucky stuff. You've removed those negative people from your life, and you're about to step into this beautiful time of positivity and of passion, I'm hearing, and creativity. And you're going to be in that, or you are in that space of, I can now create the life that I want. And I can do it from a more educated place. I can do it from a place where I have more knowledge of my own shadow and my own light, and how I can work with that and how it can help me move forward. You have more awareness of people, I'm hearing. So you may have actually gained some more empathy in this process. And then I see this beautiful ladder. So this is taking, Spirit are saying, to take it step by step. To take it step by step on your ascension journey, on this journey to get to the top, to get to the place where you feel that you want to be. And that place can be anywhere. That can be whatever it is that you like. Okay, they're actually pointing out to me the shadow. So they're saying to me that that shadow side never leaves you. So all those dark things that you feel happened, or that did happen to you, all those dark shadows that surround you, or have been with you, they're actually a part of you. They're a part of you, and they're not going to leave you, but you are learning, if not have learnt, but you are learning, I feel, how to work with those shadows, how to integrate those shadows into your life. Because if you don't know that darkness, if you don't know what it feels like to be in that really heavy, sad place, then you can't appreciate how good it feels to be in the light. And you're at that place now where you're really starting to appreciate that light, that lightness. And then the message from Spirit that I'm just going to leave you with, this is a really powerful but straightforward message. You know, you've come from this upheaval, this turmoil I'm hearing, this storm. You've come through that place of learning. You've integrated those shadows. So even though you're walking up in this place of light, you're ascending, you still have that shadow side with you, and that's okay, because it is a part of you. It's who you are, and you've transformed into this beautiful butterfly. But Spirit is saying, be the best version of you, and you will be. You are. You already are. And the reason why you are is because you came through all of this. So that's the main message that Spirit has for you for this weekend, Group 1. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Group number 2. You chose this feather. So with this feather, I feel like you may have a connection to the angels. So you may work with the angels. You may talk to your angels. You may feel like you have a really strong connection with your guardian angel. If you were just drawn to the feather, but you don't know why, it may be that you have your guardian angel around you, sort of spurring you on, I'm hearing at the moment. So giving you little nudges and pushing you forward. So that's absolutely beautiful. Now, with these cards, I was telling Group 1, these cards have no writing on them. They're purely beautiful pictures and images, and I interpret them through Spirit. I listen to the messages that come through Spirit, and they basically tell me the story of what's going on for you at the moment. And if there's any advice, this card is a message from Spirit that we turn. I might turn it now, but we won't talk about that yet. So I'm going to just turn these cards over. If you feel anything when you are looking at these cards as well, there are messages from you. And if your guardian angel is giving you messages during this time, you'll know it. Okay, so the first card that we have for you is this emoji card, or smiley face card. It's funny because initially you see this as a happy card. You may be someone who's really bright and happy, a really cheery disposition I'm hearing. But it's interesting because when you look deeper at this card, there's these are the reverse. So here's you all yellow and happy, and then these around you who are dark. Mind you, they have happy faces. So I'm feeling that there may have been some people around you who have had ill intent, who have been around you to try and dull your shine, I'm hearing. But I don't think they've succeeded. And the reason that I say that is I can see, now I'm seeing, they're showing me, Spirit is showing me this other little, they're showing me more of the other yellow images trying to come through. And these dark ones are actually starting to fade away. You know, they're starting to dissipate. And that may be some false people in your life. So you may have had some false friends. You may have had some people who weren't particularly on the same level as you, I'm hearing, or on the same frequency, vibration. And they're just going to be either pop, like a balloon, popping. I'm seeing them popping and just disappearing. Or sort of, you know how a balloon just deflates and shrivels away to nothing. So they will just be dissipating out of your life. Regardless, here's you still here with your really big smiley happy face. So this isn't going to be a bad thing for you. Okay, so this next card is quite abstract. So I'm loving all the color. Again, I think this group has a really, you may like bright colors. You know, you may be very drawn to beautiful artwork with really bright colors. You may like to do some art with some bright colors. You may work with some color therapy. If not, that may be something that does help you. So you look into that, color therapy. There's lots of green in this card, so I'm feeling that you're very in tune with your heart chakra. I'm also feeling quite balanced, very balanced with this group. So I'm feeling you're empathetic and you're balanced. So you're not too dependent on other people, but you still like to have people around you to rely on. So, but it's a really good balance. So you like to surround yourself with people, but you don't want to feel that you're needy, or you're not needy of them. You give and take equally, I'm seeing. With this, actually, though, they're giving me, I can't see the woods for the trees. So there may be something going on. And even these roots, I'm seeing these tree roots. And I'm also almost feeling like they're buried, but they're trying to come up. I feel like there's something that you're unsure of at the moment. There may be a decision that you're trying to make, and you're struggling with that decision. Yeah. So this guardian angel who's around you is asking you, they're asking you to communicate with them more, ask for assistance. Angels won't intervene unless you ask. So yeah, they're asking that you do, when making this decision, or if you're having trouble making this decision, to communicate with them more, and then just wait and just let the answers come in. For some, it will come in straight away. For others, you may go about your business. It may take a couple of days, but you will get that, you know, that flash of inspiration that, maybe I think I should do that, or that really strong lean I'm hearing. So you're leaning into one decision more than the other. So it's almost like subconsciously that decision is being made for you in the background without you really overthinking it. The other card that I see for you here is, it's treasure. It's a treasure box. And look at all this money and jewels. So I feel this is abundance for you coming in. I actually feel with this, though, it's something that you've had all along that may be being released. For some, this may be abundance when it comes to do with health. I feel like that you've had the healing in you all along, but something was blocking you from actually healing it. But it's going to be moving through you, I'm hearing now. So I'm seeing more of a flow. Whatever was... okay, so I'm seeing a river with a rock, and that water was coming up to the rock and just stopping like a dam. But I'm actually seeing now that water's starting to seep around and through, and it's starting to move again. Same with the money. So I feel like there was some sort of a block with money. Yep, so they're showing me a slot machine. You know, the fruit machines are slot machines, and I'm seeing the money just starting to, like, ding, 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 it's starting to pour out. So whatever was holding that money there, stuck in that machine, it's now being released, and it's starting to flow. And then the time, so the clock. So this all happens in divine timing, and they're telling me that in the past, whatever this blockage was, it wasn't the right time. Something was being held from you, held back from coming to you because it wasn't the right time. So there was things happening in the background, things that were being moved around by your spirit team, and also the actions of others. I'm hearing the actions of others affected your abundance and affected this timing. Is there anything else, Spirit, with this timing? They're drawing me towards the flowers on this as well, and I'm not sure why. So they're roses. Roses may be significant to you. There may be someone in spirit who loves roses. You may have planted a rose plant for someone in spirit. And there may be a particular time that you go and visit that plant. So on their birthday, on this person's birthday, around Christmas time. But there's something to do with roses and timing. For someone else, there may be roses come to you. So I'm seeing someone come to the door, a delivery person with some roses at a specific time. That's going to be a sign for you, and I don't know what that means. If that's something that that resonates with you, let me know what that is, because I'm seeing someone come to the door with roses for you, but it has something to do with... Okay, so it might be a date, anniversary. The timing is a date. Someone may be giving you some flowers on the anniversary of a loss of a person. Some roses in particular. And Spirit is saying, don't give up on the person that you are becoming. So for this group, I feel like you are already a really bright, vibrant light. I see lots of yellow around you. I also see lots of orange and lots of green. So you're quite balanced around the solar plexus area, around the sacral and around the heart. I also see some blue coming through there, so that's the throat chakra. I don't know why the chakras are really coming to me with this particular reading, probably because there is so much color. I feel that you can speak and say what you need to say when you need to say it. I don't think you have any issues with that. Perhaps in the past there have been some people around you who haven't been very faithful, who haven't been very loyal, or haven't been very honest with you. But you are starting to, actually they're showing me you're starting to weed through that now. That's very similar to group 1, but I feel like that's happening on a collective level anyway. We're all starting to find our people, you know, find the people that we attract, the people who are more like us and who are becoming more like us, or who we are becoming more like. So don't give up on the person that you are, because all this abundance, this health, wealth, that block is moving and it's coming to you now, and it's all coming as and when it should, they're saying. And don't forget your guardian angel is around you, as well as other beautiful angelic beings. Your spirit team is here waiting to help you. For some, there's been a change of teams. Particularly for this group, you have 2 new spirit guides that have just come in. So there may be something coming up in the next 4 months. They're telling me that they may be guiding you through, just giving you some assistance with This doesn't necessarily have to be bad. They may just be giving you a little bit more confidence to take a step into something, to step into the unknown, they're saying. So a step into something that you may have felt like you weren't capable of doing. They're telling me that you're more than capable. You're more than capable. And with this abundance too, I mean, I see this, the money's on the outside, the jewels are overflowing. So this abundance is going to be overflowing. It's going to be more than enough. There'll be more than enough. For others, I'm seeing, actually I'm seeing a safe. Someone specific, you may have put someone's jewelry into a safe, inherited someone's jewelry, or and you've actually put it into a safe, like a big, quite a big heavy safe. So that final message from Spirit, don't give up on becoming the person that you are. That's, I think, all that we have for you today. So thank you for joining me. Let me know if it resonates, and I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. And so today you've picked this beautiful sunflower brooch. Now, there's a myth about sunflowers that I think it's a myth on social media, that the sunflowers turn in towards each other. That is a myth. What sunflowers do actually is they follow the light. So they actually turn to follow the sun. So I feel like that's a really big symbolism for you. I feel like you are highly spiritual and you're someone who does follow the light and who lives in the light. I feel, because, you know, the sunflower is bright, it's that beautiful yellow, it's that solar plexus energy, it's that go get 'em energy, you know, I can do it, and it's creativity, yeah, but I'm really feeling that you may be a little bit of a perfectionist. When your solar plexus does get a little bit out of alignment. So, but I'm really feeling a confident and really joyful person, someone with high ambition, really optimistic, a really good friend to others, I'm seeing as well. Sunflowers do love to stand tall in groups, don't they? And they thrive in groups. They look really beautiful when they're together. You see a big mass of sunflowers in a field or, you know, in a garden, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Each one is individual and strong and beautiful on its own, but together as a group, you know, they're just spectacular. So I feel that this is your energy, that really bright, bubbly, strong energy today. So I did say to the two other groups, and I may have mentioned it at the start, that these cards, this is the only one that has words on them. The rest of them are actually just pictures. And what I do is I ask Spirit to put them into a story for me so that I can interpret what's going on for you. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. I can interpret what's going on for you at the moment. So if you do see anything in the cards that gives you a message, that is your own personal message from your spirit guide or your team giving that to you. So take it as you will. If anything resonates, please let me know in the comments. Give me a like, and if you feel like you would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so the first card that we've got for you is the boat. So this boat's going through some choppy seas here. You may have been through some choppy seas, navigating your way through. I'm hearing Spirit saying navigating your way through. So, but you've actually been able to navigate your way through anything, I'm hearing. So this boat is almost like slicing through that water. So I feel it, like I said, you are an optimistic person. and I feel a lot of ambition. So I feel like whatever has been thrown at you, whatever waves have come crashing on top of you, you've just powered through. I feel like perhaps for this group, it's not just one particular thing. You haven't just had one trauma. You've had multiple, in your lifetime, multiple challenges that have just come up and tried to hold you back. Lots of bumps along the way is what they're telling me. What those bumps have done and what those challenges have done, they've made you resistant. The whole time you've been powering through this with your positive and your optimistic attitude. So I don't feel like these rough seas here are anything that have stopped you. If anything, they've made you more determined to slice through those waves and to get to where you're going. The message from Spirit actually is remember why you started. So you know, when you started on this journey, when you started, say you had a goal, there's something that you wanted, you're not the type of person who will go through it looking with the glass half full, looking at all the negatives, looking at the what ifs. What if I can't do this? What if I can't do this? I feel like you're the person who goes through this with a positive attitude, like, I want to get this done, I want to get this done, and then I'd like to do this. I really see that. So remember why you started is, you know, you started out in that calm water with a beautiful big dream, knowing where you wanted to go. And you have had some challenges along the way. I feel like, though, the energy is changing now. I do feel like you may be at a little bit of a crossroads at the moment, or having a time of reflection. So it's interesting that this looks like a young girl. This may be a time for you to ask your inner child, your younger self, what is it? What is it that they want? What is it that they wanted, you know, when they were having their dreams all that time ago, all that you know, time in the past? What is it that they had envisioned for your future? What were the hopes and dreams that younger you wanted to know? Your spirit team are asking you to remember why you started. And a good way of doing that is asking the inner child. So this is a time of reflection. For some, I feel that you may be a little bit lost. You still have your positive attitude. I don't think anything is ever going to take that away from you. I think you still have your confidence and you still have your ambition, but you may be at this crossroads where you don't actually know which direction to go in. And it's funny because, as I said, direction, I'm looking at the sunflower. So mature sunflowers, what they do, just have a look at that beautiful card. Once a sunflower matures, it permanently moves towards the east. And then it stays there. It doesn't move to follow the sun anymore. So it's not stagnant. I don't see it as a stuck energy, but I see it as a maturity, almost like a spiritual and emotional maturity. So you're at that place where you don't need to chase the light anymore. You stand in your strength, you stand in your power, and you stand in your own light, and that light comes to you. That light is reflected. That light shines on you and reflects off and bounces off you. And what that does, that light projects onto others, and it helps them illuminate their own light. It helps them see their own light. It mirrors the light in them. So you standing in your light and in your power is helping other people without you even doing anything. You may be a healer. You may be a healer and not even know it. So you may heal at people just by being you, just by being that beautiful, confident, joyful, ambitious, optimistic, happy sunflower of a person, standing in your light, continuing to bask in that beautiful sun, surrounding yourself with other sunflowers, other people, and just being that beautiful big ball of light. And then it's interesting because you get the jigsaw. So for me, the jigsaw puzzle, again, is thinking about what you want to achieve, what you want that bigger picture to look like. Remembering why you started, and what your goal was, and what it is you wanted to achieve, and maybe starting to move the pieces of the puzzle around. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had to stop there. I had a little bit of a coughing fit. Someone may have a throat chakra issue where there's something that you need to say, something that you need to speak, something that you need to get out there. You may be working out how to do that. You may be working out how to put all these puzzle pieces together to be able to speak your truth and let people see the real you without upsetting the apple cart, is what I'm hearing. So you will know intuitively too when these puzzle pieces fit in your life. When someone comes into your life and you're trying to slot them into a particular part of your life, you'll know intuitively whether they fit, whether they're a good fit or whether they don't. Spirit are asking you to look at the whole picture. Some people fit in, they're showing me that some people come in, you know, there's that saying about people come for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. So some people might be coming into this part of the puzzle purely to help you with something. It might be to make this decision to help you when you're on this crossroads. And then other people come in and slot into your life, and they're you know, for many, many years. And then they may just naturally drift away. And then others are there permanently. You know, they're permanently glued in to this jigsaw puzzle, and they may be your soul family. They're also showing me that sometimes there's a group of you here who you class as family is not necessarily blood related. So some people have around you a group of people who you class as family, but you have a stronger bond with them than you do your blood relatives. Those people, some of those people are actually soul family. So they were with you before you were incarnated here, and they're with you here on this journey, and they'll be with you for eternity. And that's why you just feel like you just click. Actually, they're showing me these jigsaw puzzles clicking together, the pieces clicking together. I feel like whatever this decision is, whatever this crossroads is, it's not something that's affecting you in a negative way. It's just something that you get to choose now. It's just another chapter of your story that you get to choose where you want it to go and how you want it to look. And any challenges that do come up, I don't think there's any issues with you navigating them. But I feel like a lot of the challenges are behind you now. You really are coming into this beautiful sun, and look at the alignment of the sunflower with the sunflower. That may actually be a relationship for you, for someone, two people in alignment coming together. But the fact that the sunflowers come here in alignment with this other sunflower, I feel like everything is just lining up. These jigsaw pieces are coming together. So that's a really beautiful energy. You may feel like if you want a crystal around you at the moment, citrine, of course, and tiger's eye. We'll just keep that vibration high if you are in a little bit of a lull, I'll say, because I don't think you get in a rut. Someone with such a high vibration, I think you have just little lulls, you know, where you're still a happy and bright person, and you're still confident, and you still do see everything from a positive perspective, but sometimes a little bit more challenging than others. But I feel like you can see the good in everything. So Spirit are saying to you, remember why you started. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, you really are a beautiful vibration. I can really feel your vibration in this reading, and it's fantastic. So a little clap to you, and keep that up. So thank you for sticking around if you got this far. And if you would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Please give me a like if anything resonated, and if you leave me a comment, I'd love to read it and I will respond. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.